Hey guys, my name is Jasper. I was recently surfing on the internet and I saw a video of Armin van Buuren who was starting his video in sync with his CDJs by sending out a SMPTE signal. And it immediately caught my attention. I asked myself how he did it exactly because I was missing a few facts. And while I was looking it up on the internet, I saw that everyone was missing some pieces. So I thought I might as well find the secret. Well, I did, and I did some research, and I also contacted some important suppliers, which gave me the answers, and I can tell you now that I figured it out, and I'm happy to share it with you guys. So, first of all, what does Armin exactly do? Armin starts a record, and with the record he starts a SMPTE signal, which he sends to his computer, and this SMPTE signal triggers his video to play. So when he starts the record, he is automatically sending the signal to the computer, and the computer is automatically sending the video. So Armin is practically starting the video from his DJ set. And what he's using is SMPTE. SMPTE is a time code. On the main frame of a CDJ you see the frames, seconds, minutes, and the hours are left away because it's audio. But SMPTE is actually a horrible noise, and the horrible noise is kind of like a Morse code for the number of frames and minutes and seconds and etc. So what you need to do is to find a long, and I mean long, SMPTE signal, so you never run out of it. I have one from about an hour. And before you burn it to CD, you have to know the frame rate. My SMPTE signal is 25 FPS. Frames per second, and nearly every SMPTE generator has the ability to select the amount of frames. Then it's important to make your SMPTE file a WAV file. MP3 is compressed, and therefore the sound is less accurate. While decoding the SMPTE file in your video software, this might run into trouble. So my advice is take a WAV file, you'll never get into trouble. What I have here is a disk with on that the SMPTE signal. And what I'm going to do next is explain you how Armin starts simultaneously, how it's connected to the computer, how you need to set up your computer, and how you actually trigger the video. And then I'll run through some pitfalls I had during the process. Let's go right into it. So we're here at my DJ booth here in my bedroom actually, where I have the SMPTE signal on this player. I'll load it in for you. And on the other hand, I have a recent track. I have a CD with some house music on it. I'll pick a random track. What Armin uses to simultaneously trigger his tracks is something called fader start, and I'll explain to you how it works. You actually connect the CDJ with your DJM 800, and therefore you can start to play with your crossfader or your normal fader. So what you need to do is use this cable. This is a small jack cable which goes in the control input right under your audio input, and also goes into the control input on your DJM. Now the same thing you do for the SMPTE signal. So put it in under your audio output and put it in at the channel where it's coming in. So now we have that set up. Now next we have to the trigger. So we have to set up the fader 1 will be fader started, and also number 4. And in order to trigger them at the same moment, we will set them to a crossfade. So we set it to B, and we also set this to B. And what will happen is when I move the crossfader from the left to the right, both tracks will be started, as you can see here. You hear one sound, and you see 2 meters running. That's the right meter is the SMPTE signal. It's a horrible noise, as Armin already said, but it's actually some sort of a code, and I always compare it with a Morse code. So it sounds like this. That's horrible enough. So we put this meter down, I've actually I put this audio into my mixer because the fader start won't stop if the audio isn't in. I don't know if that's necessary with the CDJ 2000 as Armin is using. Well, now we have the audio set up and all running, and let's go to the software. So as you can see, you can the audio output is connected through a cable all the way into my mic in on my laptop. It's important to check if the SMPTE signal is actually received on your laptop. So go to your input, line input on mic, or even your sound card, and check if the signal is actually coming in. So test that. When it's coming in, start up the software. And what the software Armin is using is Resolume Arena. Resolume Arena is a very professional software for VJing. And in the right bottom of it, it has a SMPTE in indicator. So if you go to the bottom, right here, you'll see the SMPTE signal coming in. So if I play it, the value of the SMPTE will be exactly the same in this corner as it will be on my player. So you see it running. In order to make it play the video, you have to go to Arena, Preferences, select an output device, so your sound card or something like that, and select the timecode input. I have to choose between left or right. I'm sending in the stereo signal, so it won't matter. Well, as I said, the frame rate is 25, and very important is the buffer size must be large enough, at least on my system. So my buffer size needs to be at least 2048 in order to work. Well, having that set up, if that's set up properly, the SMPTE indicator will be shown. Next we have to assign a video to start on the SMPTE signal. And this was for me a kind of a big deal. I saw everyone, hey, you just click here and search SMPTE, but when you go there, you see you only have a timeline and beat sync. What you need to do in order to get this to SMPTE, you need to remove the audio from the file. So go down to audio, go to the cross, put it away. You see it immediately popping back to timeline, and when you open the drawer now, there's SMPTE. So the video will be triggered by SMPTE, and now it's important to get it to the foreground. So load it in, and you will see if you play the SMPTE signal, and I will play the audio for you. If you play that horrible noise, the video will be appearing in the screen on the left. Actually, the sound's not appearing, but I don't think that's too bad. Okay, that's working, but we don't want to start the SMPTE signal separately, and therefore we have set up the fader start earlier. So we now go to full screen mode, so you can see a little bit easier from distance. And now, if we fader start this, you see the video running, and we'll stop it, and we run it again. There's actually one pitfall left. I'll keep it on the screen for now. Armin has two videos, and he's mixing between video clips from one track to another. And I was finding out how to do that, because you can only get one SMPTE signal into your Resolume Arena. So I actually contacted Resolume, and I was very satisfied by their service. So thank you, Resolume. This one's going to you. Actually, Armin is a bit ahead of us. Armin uses a version of Resolume Arena which is not released just yet. This will be released. This feature to put in two SMPTE signals will be released in 2014, and then we can also use Armin's technique. It's not strange that somebody that famous has that privilege. So there you go. I think I've got about everything. If you have questions, tag me below. If you want to be in touch, be sure to add me on Facebook, and we'll get in touch about it. I'm happy to talk. So here we go again.